Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is episode 225 of Online Marketing Moves. And we are coming to you live today. Today is Thursday, March the 11th, 2021. At the time of this recording, ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? Today, we are going to talk about you swinging for the fences, okay? Go big or go home. Now, I will tell you what happened. I will give you the rundown. Last night, I was out in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee working. And I thought to myself, I said, you know what? So when I get back home, I'm buying me a lottery ticket. And I said, I'm not just gonna buy, because I'll give you a quick rundown. My family, a lot of people in my family, they love to gamble. Now me, the gambling bug hasn't bit me as bad. Every now and then I might buy a lottery ticket, just for kicks. You never know. So I had this itch last night. I said, you know what? I'm buying me a $30 lottery ticket. I said, I'm gonna win some money today. I said, I got a feeling. So I got an itch and I'm gonna scratch it. I said, you know what? I'm swinging for the fences. Now, I got back, of course, I bought a $30 ticket, and then I decided, I said, you know what? I might as well spend 50. I said, I'm winning today. So I bought two $10 tickets. So, of course, the $30 ticket, I scratched it off first. And I just won the free ticket. So I just got my money back. I said, well, it's not going to be a total loss. Then I scratched the second ticket, didn't win anything. Third ticket, boom, $250. Okay. And I thought to myself, I said, I knew it. I knew it. I said, you know what? $50 investment, $280 later, boom. Okay. I was very excited about that. And I said, you know what? I need to do more of that when it comes to this business. I need to step it up. Step it up, step it out, and get things really rocking and rolling. Okay. Go big or go home. That is the theme of this episode. Now, what can you do? What you might be holding. What are you holding back on? Okay. Let's talk about you for a second. Do you have any hesitations? Do you have any thoughts that stop you from going all the way, full bloom into this business? Like, do you have any hesitations? Do you have any doubts? Do you have anything like that? If you do, email me and we can, because I would like to hear from you about, what you are trying to do, what you are trying to start. And I would also like to hear, what might be stopping you, because we all have our hesitations. We all have our moments. We all have our days. It's not always, you know, we would all be liars if we said every day is a positive day. Some days I am more upbeat than others. Some days I'm like, you know what? Today's going to be a great show. We're going to do an episode. This, that, and the other things are going to go well. We're going to get some leads. We're going to get some sales. I have days like that. And then some days I'm just like, you know what? F all this. You know what? I'm tired of this. I ain't making any money. Today, we're not doing anything, blah, you have those days and that's okay. But the most important thing you can do is when you have those days, you still come up, you still show up and you still put in the work, because those days come, but those days also leave. Okay. So the most important thing is you just keep showing up on a regular basis. Some days you're not going to feel like shooting a video. Of course, once you start getting some success, you'll be like, yeah, I want to do more videos, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, some days I just want to sit, I just want to watch Hell's Kitchen sometimes, okay? And be left alone, okay? So with that being said, just let me know what are some things that are, kind of maybe slowing you down, maybe stopping you. I'll tell you one thing. I'll speak for me. I'll tell you one thing. I remember this. I was looking and then I saw the whole, TikTok, and they like, you can go on TikTok and get leads. And I'm like, man, I'm kind of older. I'm kind of older. Do I need to be on TikTok? Should I get on TikTok? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, you know what? I said, I want this. I want to be a full-time. I want to be full-time on the internet, you know, in in the in the year 2021. So if I say I really want that, then I should not leave any stone unturned. So I said, you know what? We are going to do the TikTok, okay? And I've made a few videos, don't get me wrong. First video I made, I had 865 views. Now, in the world of TikTok, I don't know if that's a lot or not, because I just go on there, upload a video, upload a little thing, and that's it. I don't get on there and look around and search or anything like that. No, I'm not here for that. You know, I upload the podcast link on Twitter every day. I just go upload it, and some days I get, 30 views. Some days yesterday I got 400 views. So every day I am aiming to just put myself out there and put, the podcast and put the whole affiliate marketing business out there. So for me, that was one of the things that was kind of holding me back. I'm like, social media. But it's like, if I don't do social, who's gonna know? Hello, it's like, come on, McFly. Who the hell's gonna know me if I don't do the social media? You have to get on social media a little bit, and once you get established, you don't have to be on there as much, or you can, pay somebody to do your pages or your blog or your post or whatever. But for the time being, we're not doing any of that. I'm just gonna do it myself. And every day I'm like, all right, I don't have to. You don't have to live on the social media site to upload your content on the social media site. You understand what I'm saying? But at first I was like, oh man, I'm kind of older, blah 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 blah. But it's like, it don't matter. It don't matter. If it's something that you really want to do, you'll go for it. So if anything is holding you back, just remember, everybody, go big or go home. Okay, it's nothing worse. I I'll give you another baseball analogy. Whenever you are in a baseball game, whenever you are the last person to bat, the one thing that you do not want to do, the one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to lose the game with the bat in your hand. You want to swing. You don't want to be sitting there letting the balls go by you and they say strike 3, game over. That's the word. That is not a good feeling. That is not a good feeling. Whenever you get struck out and you don't even swing, that is. I'd rather swing and strike out than just take a strike 3 and you be like, oh man, and because it messes with you a little bit. So definitely, you figure out what you want to do and you figure out how you want to do it, and then swing for the fences. Okay, you might fall down. You might fall down in your first attempt. Get back up. Swing again. You might fall down in your second attempt. Don't matter. Get back up. Swing again. You might have to make some adjustments. You might have to choke up on the bat. I don't know why this week has been such a baseball analogy week, but get up to the plate, choke up on the bat. You might need to go up. You might need to go down. But all I'm saying is adjust and keep swinging. It's that simple. And I know people are like, you got to have a strategy, this, that, and the other. Yeah. Strategy is good and everything like that. But a strategy ain't doing you any good if you don't apply the strategy. Okay? I will give you a story. I probably told this story before, but I will always tell this story because this is one of the most amazing stories. And it has to do with my brother. Golly. I love my brother to death. Don't get me wrong. But man, oh man, oh man. My brother, he bought a course way back, 2001, 2002. He bought a course about selling houses. So my brother bought this course. It was like $500. And my brother, he studied the course. I mean, he watched every single tape. Front, back, side to side. This man watched This man watched all them DVDs that they sent him. Okay. And so my brother, he studied, and he had all the words down pat. He knew everything. Like my brother was so prepared. I was impressed. And I was like, wow, this is my brother. Because you look at people might look at your sibling one way, but you look at your sibling a different way. You're like, this is the guy or the young lady I shared space with. I know they are a piece of work. Okay. Okay. So sometimes whenever your siblings like, hey, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, you're like, who you? Like, no, you're the last person. But my brother, we went to this place and he went and talked to this guy about an apartment. And my brother, he was really, he impressed me, and he was like, I'm ready. He's like, okay, I'll be ready to do this, do that, and I kept looking. I was like, this can't be real. This can't be my brother, but he was prepared. And then the guy got the paperwork together, and then he told our brother, he said, you can come down and sign, and then this was a couple months later. He said, you can come down and sign, and we'll get you. It's gonna be like a four like four little apartments in a little. He's gonna buy this little apartment complex, and the income he's supposed to be getting from the rent was gonna be like about 2,500. So my brother's gonna start getting an income of like probably start getting like $1,000 a month, something like that. Just something small. Nothing big, but it was impressive. And then they told my brother, said, all right, so it's time for my brother to step up to the plate. And what did my brother do? He didn't even walk out in the field. He said, you know what? I'm good. He said, oh, I need to get my own house first before I invest into a property. I'm like, what? I said, if you buy this place, you ain't got to worry about no house. You can just move in one of them apartments. So you move in and the other people pay the mortgage. I said, you got it made in the shade. He said, no, I'm gonna get my own house first before I do all that. And I said, what? And at the time, I was just like, what the hell wrong? What's wrong with my brother? And at the time, I just thought, what's going on? But now that I'm older, now that I think about it, my brother, he didn't want to step up to the plate. He didn't want the responsibility. Go big or go home. The man went home. You know what I mean? And he ain't bought a house in 20 years later. He still ain't bought a house. So it's like, what was the point of that? What's the point of all that training, all that learning, all that committing yourself to the thing? And then when it's time for you to actually get into the game, you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna keep sitting on the sideline. And that is the problem with a lot of people. That is the problem with a lot of people. You have the opportunity to do something. You have the opportunity to do great things, and then you don't even do them. And then you're like, oh, I don't know why I ain't making it. I don't know why I ain't making it in life. It's like, because you ain't trying to make it. They give you the opportunity, you either get an opportunity or you make your own opportunity. A lot of us have to make our own opportunity. It's not like we was handed, you're not the son of a famous actor or basketball player, anything like that. A lot of us have to make our own opportunities. So for some people, they just don't want to step up, but for you and I, especially if you listen to this podcast, I know you're definitely stepping up because you are, listen, if you listen to this podcast, you are a person of, you are trying to get somewhere in life. Because this podcast, that's what we talk about. We don't talk about, religion. We don't talk about sports. We talk about online business. We talk about being an entrepreneur. So if you listen to this podcast, you are definitely trying to do something in your life. So when you get the opportunity, step up to the plate. What I want you to do is, I don't care if you swing, I don't care if you strike out or not. But at the end of the day, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I gave it my best. I gave it a try. And sometimes you might strike out on one thing, but you will hit on another. You know why? Because you keep coming back. You keep taking action. That's the most important thing. You just keep coming back. Things fall flat sometimes, and you're just like, man, what happened? I thought I had it. You didn't have it. You come back. You learn from your mistakes. You're not. It's not wins and losses. It's wins and lessons. Okay, that's what I want you to know. It's wins and lessons. Life is about lessons. You get some victories, you get some lessons, and you keep it moving. All right. So I hope this helps. If you get the opportunity to step up, take the swing, and it'll work out for you. Hell, I mean, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff is hard. Like, some people are more natural at just things than others, but it don't matter. If it's something that you want to do, if it's something that you have a real passion for, or if it, if it's something that you have a passion for, if it's something that you know that you can do, then keep doing it. All right. And a lot of times, if you, even if you, it's like, it's funny how, you know, people always think that if people think that these athletes are like in love with the game, like not everybody is in love with basketball. Some people are just good at basketball. So they're like, you know what? I'm good at basketball. So this is what I'm gonna do. But I'm not, I don't love basketball. You can develop a passion for anything. I mean, I didn't 15 years ago, 16 years ago, I never thought that I would be driving a truck. But there I was driving a truck. And then it took a few years and I was like, at first I was always kind of resenting it, but I'm like, who signed up for this stuff? I signed up for it, okay? So after a while, I just sort of learned to embrace it. And of course, don't get me wrong. I'm getting out of it, but it doesn't mean that I just completely hate what I've been doing for the last 15 or 16 years. I just need to change. I just want to do something different. But I've developed a passion for it, and I became pretty good at it too. Well, I became better than pretty good, great at driving trucks. So it doesn't don't just you might not have the complete. You might not have a like I love sports. I'm not gonna play sports. Like I knew early on I'm not gonna be in the NBA. I knew I wasn't gonna be in the NFL, the NHL, any of that. But I still enjoy sports. I have a love for it, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna monetize off of it unless we start doing a sports podcast, which we need to get that going. But anyway, all right, that's what I want you to do. Step up, take the swing, and really hammer that thing out. All right. That's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed episode 225 of the podcast. Go big or go home. And we will be back tomorrow. Oh yeah, before I go, if you are on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on TikTok and I'll follow you. It's a TRESONNO. And you can see a few of my videos. You can see my ugly mug. All right. And you can see I try to be funny in one of my videos today, but probably wasn't that funny. But anyway, that's it. That's it for the podcast. We will be back tomorrow with the all new episode. But until then, take care of yourselves. And as always, everybody, peace.